Hey, it's Tatiana. Getting my camera all set up and waiting for people to join. Just waiting for people to join because I don't want to talk to myself. So I won't wait too long, probably wait till like a minute and see everyone that gets on, and then I'll keep going, and then whoever wants to can look back at the video. I'm just waiting. Thanks for joining. I know it's like New Year's Day, and I kind of figured today might be a day that people are just chilling around doing nothing. I don't know, maybe that's just us, but maybe because I just had a baby. But thanks for joining. Before I go into this, I really want to say that no matter how your baby came into this world, no matter how you plan on having your baby, whatever, any woman that gives birth is a friggin' badass. So just please note that before I get into it and say anything. Yeah, Nicole, this will actually be, it like will be recorded and just be on my page, so you could check it out. And remember that everybody that is on, you can ask me questions and stuff, whatever. But so I'm gonna tell you the story. I wrote down notes, so I'm going to be looking down because I don't remember everything. I'm really excited to do this because as I'm like getting pictures in, it's reminding me of everything that happened. I might cry. But I'm also going to give some tips on, just if you are, maybe you've never had a baby, maybe you have had a baby and you're going to have another and you want to do unmedicated, whatever. I'm going to give you just some tips that kind of helped me. But so I'll start. It's actually funny, the beginning of this. On Tuesday, I woke up and I was doing my thing, and I kind of had, I'm gonna get real. I said it in the thing, like, if you can't deal with what happens to a woman's body when she's gonna have a baby, that you might not want to watch this. So I started having like a leak, and I was like, oh crap, I think my water broke. Better get in a workout before I do anything, before I say anything. So I did like a 15-minute workout. But so I messaged my doula, and she was like, just kind of watch it. My water had not broke. It was just like a leak. So anyway, and I said, okay, well, something's happening, so I need to go get a manicure. So that's what I did. I got a hold of one of my friends, and we went and we got manis. And it was funny because as I was there, the guy's like, oh, or you're due pretty soon, right? And like in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I could probably have a baby today if I, whatever. So did that, got my nails done. Came home, and contractions were going every like 20 minutes. I did start having contractions, and I was supposed to go out to dinner with my same friend that night, and I didn't know what to do, and I had posted in a group, and everyone's like, yeah, go. I asked my doula, I'm like, are you sure I should go? She's like, yeah, you don't want, you want to just be doing your thing and not be thinking about what's going on. So I was like, all right, cool. So met my friend. We were out to dinner, and I had to start timing my contractions because they were happening. And I think I did a pretty good job of not letting her know that I was having contractions. If any of you know Julie, that's who I was with. But I finally did tell her, and she took it well. But so contractions were going on every like 20 minutes. They weren't horrible, but they were happening. So on my way home, as I was leaving my friends, I said, Christian, like, you need to get home. He was at his sister's. I'm like, you need to get home. I think something's going to go down. So let's see. He came home, and again, they were like 20 minutes apart, 15 to 20 minutes apart. So we're like, okay, let's watch the movie. So I watched Bridesmaids, and then randomly, I don't know, weird that we have this movie, but Eat, Pray, Love. And during that, contractions really started getting stronger and closer. And around midnight, it was like, all right, I'm in freaking labor here. So it was like 4-5 minutes apart, very strong. I got in the shower. The doula said to get in the shower, and either that is going to kind of help out and make them not hurt as bad, or it's going to pick it up. Well, it definitely picked them up. And Mateo, my 3-year-old, this was awesome. I actually have pictures. He was still awake, and just, it was very cool. One of the things that my doctor said, and, you know, everybody that I was around said, you know, you want to labor at home for as long as you possibly can. You just want to, because then you're less likely to have interventions, and just in general, just to be in a safe spot. So it was kind of cool for him to be able to see everything that was going down. He was a little like, what's going on with mommy? Is she okay? But, you know, we calmed him down, just said, the baby's coming, it's okay. And I mean, he was rubbing my back. He was kissing me and saying, I love you, and all this stuff, and giving me his stuffed animals and everything. So that was really cool to have that experience with him. So we called the doula, my doula. If you guys don't know what a doula is, I don't have, like, you could Google to find a better idea of what to say, but it's a support. It's a woman that supports you with pain, with everything, with even after the baby, like, just if I have any questions, like, she texts me today to see if I'm okay and everything. So it's just extra support, which is very important. I'll talk about that. So she came over, I think it must have been around like 1:30 or something, and yeah, it was getting real at that point. And she was like, we need to go, you need to get someone to pick up Mateo, because we got to go to the birth center. So Mateo was still up, poor thing. His Nana and Papa came and picked him up, and I put on my robe and my sneakers and socks, and thank God it wasn't super cold out, and we drove over to a birth center. So what is a birth center? Buffalo now has a birthing center, which is not a hospital, but there is a doctor there, and it's just basically, I would not be able to get an epidural or like anything like that. So that was one of the big reasons I wanted that. I didn't want to have I don't want any medication. I just wanted to do it on my own terms, and all of that stuff. So that's why I chose the birthing center. Let's see. So, and my doctor was out of town. She's in Puerto Rico. So I ended up having the midwife, who is Eileen Stewart, and she's very well known in Buffalo, and she's amazing. So I was very happy to have her. I had her, I had my doula, Gina Varney. I had a birth, she helps with the births at the birthing center, Luann Conte, and then another doula ended up coming later on. So I had like a dream team. Literally, this was my dream team. And Christian, my husband, who was unbelievable throughout this whole thing. So it's very important, again, to have support. So as soon as I got there, I got in the tub. And to be honest with you, I was like, I'm going to have another water birth. I had one with Mateo. I thought I was going to have another water birth, but that didn't end up happening. But the water was fabulous. It had the jets and stuff, so it was really good in there. And so I was in there for a bit, and so we got there at like 2:45 in the morning, yeah. So, but then my doula was like, all right, we need to start like trying to get you moving around and doing all this stuff. If you've ever had like contractions, it's not easy to get up and to move around and to do things, but sometimes you need to do that. Your body needs to do that. You need to get up and you need to start moving around, because you want those strong contractions, which it was scary. I cannot tell you the thought of these contractions being stronger and me having to go through them while possibly standing up or, you know, whatever position I was in scared the shit out of me. Like it was petrifying. I was literally saying to her, I don't know if you guys saw my post, but I was literally saying, like, I can't do this. I cannot do this. I was looking at her in the eye and I said, I can't do this. This is why she was such an important factor in this, because before I went, I had told her, I have a feeling I'm going to be saying those things to you, so I just need you to tell me, yes, I can, and you are doing it, and all of that stuff. And to be honest, I really didn't think that I could do it. She got into a weird position, and I was having the worst back labor ever. It was literally taking my breath away, how bad it was. And the only thing that I could do, I had these like mantras in my head, and I kept saying, I am strong, I can do this, I'm freaking badass. Like, these are the things I'm telling myself in my head. There was this really great, one of the coaches on my team posted this amazing, I don't know if it was a mantra or something, but it said, fate whispers to the warrior, you cannot withstand the storm, and the warrior whispers back, I am the storm. So I just kept in my mind, like literally picturing myself like, I am the mother effing storm, and I am gonna get through this. So I was trying to do that as much as possible in between the, oh my God, I can't do this. I was trying to say those things to myself over and over. I'm telling myself all of the things that I am always telling my clients, like, you got this, you could do anything that you want, you just have to focus and get your mind and have that vision. So I would envision what I wanted. I would envision my baby finally having her, well, I didn't know it was her, finally having him or her on me, you know, that feeling. I was envisioning that, and I was just saying to myself, this was your goal. You wanted this, you wanted this. And something that I was taught to say constantly was, you know, my body knows just what to do. For if anyone that is in the centering group with me knows, that's what we would say all the time. My body knows just what to do. And to be honest, I was getting really scared. To me, it seemed like we were there forever. And I mean, I guess it was like 6 hours, which isn't that bad. I felt like it was forever, of course, and I was kind of starting to freak out, thinking that my body was not doing what it needed to do. I was literally like, I was saying that to everybody, and they're like, no, your body is doing everything that it needs to do. This is exactly what it needs to do. And this is another thing that why it's so important to have these women that they've been through it. I mean, I think my doula has seen over 150 births or something like that. My midwife, I can't even imagine how many she has done. So just knowing that they knew that I was fine, even though I was like, oh my gosh, I don't think that my body knows what the hell it's doing, right? So yes, got into all kinds of freaking positions. It's amazing what you'll do, you know, at this point, like not caring who sees anything. So that was pretty interesting. So anyways, I was all kinds of positions. Finally, so I didn't get checked at all. If anyone knows, like, I never had an internal exam to know how everything was going on. But finally I was like, I need to know. I think I was at like 9 centimeters, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. And I just had a little bit of cervix left, so my midwife had to go in and kind of like do her thing and was turning me like during contractions. Again, if any of you ladies have experienced that, that is hard. My water ended up breaking at that point. That was pretty interesting hearing that. I didn't experience that with Mateo because my water broke in the water, and that was very freaking interesting. It just, you know, did it by itself, and I was like, all right, this is it. It's gonna happen. But I still had that little bit of cervix left, so it wasn't allowing the baby to go. That actually pushed her in a weird position, which started my horrible back labor. I ended up throwing up So again, I'm getting real with you. That's how bad the pain was that I actually threw up. And let's see, I was so tired. I hadn't slept, right? I had not slept, so I was so tired, and I was just trying to sleep through the in between contractions. So every 3 minutes I was having contractions, and I was trying to get in sleep, which I actually was able to. And I kept telling myself, I'm strong, I got this, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, just over and over and over again. I can do this. Christian is right next to me laying on the bed. You know, I have all the other women around me doing their thing too. So, okay, so let's see. Sorry, I'm just looking at my notes. So finally, I did a little bit of sleeping for as much as I could. And then Gina, my doula, said, I need you to do what you know how to do. Did you know what you know how to do? I need you to start doing some lunges and some squats. The thought of that scared the living, that scared me. Like, that scared me so much because I could just feel the pain of being up like that. But then I just started picturing myself, the freaking badass that I am. I just kept telling myself that, like, you got this. Think of how strong that you are. Think of what you have done. So, you know, I'm very big into exercising, if any of you know that, and there was a reason for that during my pregnancy, that I exercised every single day, was because I knew I needed to be strong for this. I knew I needed the endurance. So I got my butt up, and I was doing squats and lunges throughout the room, holding onto Christian, so as soon as a contraction would come, I had him there and he was holding me, which is an amazing thing, by the way, to have your husband or significant other, you know, right there with you, helping you throughout the whole thing. So lunges and squats, that, she was right. That ended up really helping. And all of a sudden, I was like, I need to go to the bathroom. I didn't need to go to the bathroom because that's what happens when you are ready to push. That's how you feel. So I was like, well, I'm going over to the toilet just in case, whatever. And apparently while I was over there, whatever noises I was making, whatever facial expressions I was making, they're like, get over to the stool now. So there was like this stool thing that I ended up getting on. And I was told to start pushing, and it's, ooh, something just fell. So I was told to start pushing, and again, the amount of energy that takes is insane. I know women that have gone through this knows the amount of energy that it takes to do this. The amount of energy that it takes to do this is incredible. So this is why I say any woman that gives birth is just freaking badass, again, in any way that you do it. That was tough. So, and then, oh my gosh, yes, it is amazing what the human body is capable of. I couldn't believe it. So as, I guess she was coming out kind of weird, so I had to stop. Eileen, the midwife, is like, you need to stop pushing. If you know what that feels like as your body is contracting, my body was literally saying push, push, push. I had to stop myself from pushing. So to hold that was like pretty bad in itself. But finally, bam, she was out. Whew, I did it. After all that, it was pretty amazing to then have her. I didn't know what she was at first. I don't know what happened. I was just, if you're in that moment, it's literally like you're in the twilight zone. It's an experience that you cannot even explain. Beth said her nurse told her that too. Yeah, I don't. Oh. Anyway, so, okay, so baby with me right after. Again, I'm just looking at notes, sorry. Okay, so I had an issue with Mateo. My placenta actually, for those of you that have not had a baby, you have to birth the placenta too. When I had Mateo, my placenta would not come out. It had to actually, the doctor had to get it later on. So that was our focus now is, okay, we need to get this placenta out. So placenta came, yay. And something else that I did was I let the cord keep pulsing. So she got all that blood, and so we let that pulse, all good. Baby was with me. That's basically it. And then so I had her, and then we did this cool like herb bathing. If you guys saw her picture, that's what that was, is after I had some herbs to help my lady parts, and just, you know, so we did that little bath thing with her and had some pictures taken. And then the cool thing about the birth center is that then you don't have to stay there. She got weighed, you know, the midwife said as soon as she came out she was pink. The midwife was like, I was able to leave the room. Sometimes I actually have to stay in the room just to make sure. But yeah, so she was good, and weighed her, did all that stuff. We got ready. I'm trying to think if there's really anything else that went down. I don't know. I think that's it. But, you know, when I got there, like, the thing is, so I get there and there's candles. Like if you, Christian is even saying, like, it was amazing in there. Like, the candles are lit. There's like music playing. I didn't end up playing Pitbull because I was just like, whatever, just play whatever you want. Maybe if I had played Pitbull, it would have gotten easier. I don't know. But I hear the baby crying. But so that they had essential oils. They had some homeopathic remedies for me, some arnica, some other things. They had essential oil. They had me sniffing essential oils. So doing like all this cool stuff. Beth, I did not get stitches. Just very happy about that one. And also my bleeding has not been bad. My uterus has gotten back down to, I think, better than was expected. So anyway, I came home. My midwife actually came to see us yesterday. I had a lactation consultant come today. My doula is going to come tomorrow. And it was an amazing experience. It was hard, very difficult. I was telling myself I will never do this again. I said it over and over and over. I'm like, I'm never doing this again. But you know, it was amazing. Here's some tips for you, okay? Education, very important. When I was pregnant with Mateo, I was just like, whatever doctor tells me, I'll do. Then I saw the documentary Business of Being Born, and I was like, oh, hell no. So that, and then I surrounded myself with other people that were doing this. I even hired a birth instructor. Like, I did everything. I wanted to know everything. For those of you that know me, you know that I'm all about learning as much as I possibly can. So education is huge. I wanted to know everything that was going to happen from start to finish. There's still some things I didn't know, and that is why I hired a doula, because I wanted people that have been through it many times and have seen like every possible situation. So Kelsey, I feel like you probably know everything, but okay. Next, something else I say as a health coach for your health and as a business coach for your business, you need to have a vision and you need to have goals. I knew the birth that I wanted, and I knew that I was going to do everything that I had to do in order to make that happen. Okay? So my vision of this birth and my goals for it, and I knew what I needed to do in order to get there. Again, because I had been educated and I had that support. Find a doctor, a midwife, whatever, who supports exactly what it is that you want. They need to support exactly what it is that you want. It is very important. Then support. Support. For every aspect from pregnancy through, you need to have support. I highly suggest you have a doula. I highly suggest you have a team that wants what you want for you, and then support after. If you don't have family around you, then find other people. I just was in a group and a mom was saying she's freaking out because she doesn't have family, she doesn't have anything. And I said, find a group on Facebook of local moms, or find something. This is going to end in like 5 minutes. Thank you, Kim. Find, there's the meetup.com, whatever. Just find people that are going to support you during and after. It is so important, okay? That's basically it. I guess those tips. For tips, again, just as you're in it, you just have to keep telling yourself that you are going to do it. You can do it. You can do anything that you want to do. You can do anything that you set your mind to. And even when that pain, because I'm telling you, it can be like no other. You just have to really work through it. And another thing is I read birth stories before. I made sure to ask people. I wanted to know their birth stories. I wanted positive birth stories. That's what I needed to hear, because I needed to envision that. I won't lie. One of my friends, I don't think she's on here, but she said, like with her third, like she barely felt anything. She was kind of feeling stuff. And then she went and like had the baby. And I was in my mind, I'm like, why is this not happening for me? Like, why is this doing this to me? And I, again, I was scared at many times that my body wasn't doing what it was supposed to do, and I was freaking out. But again, I had those women in my ear telling me, no, you're fine. Your body's doing exactly what it needs to do. This is great. So it was so great to do that. So sorry, I can't go any further, but please reach out to me if you need anything in regard to this. If I think of anything else, I'm glad I got to share this. My midwife, actually, when she came, she said, share your story, share it, write it down, journal it. I was like, I'm going to do a video. Clearly, she doesn't follow me on Facebook. But yeah, if you need anything, please feel free to reach out. I do highly, if any of you are pregnant, or before, if you're planning on getting pregnant, exercise. Get your body strong. I had to do so many positions where my upper body strength, I had to use that. I had to use upper body strength. I had to use a lot of lower body strength. I had to use a lot of my core. So I say it, I'm telling you, ladies, work out, plus it'll make you feel really good. All right. Thank you so much for joining. I need to go nurse a crying baby. And have a great night. And Happy New Year.